All right, well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to Houston. We've got another game between the Mets and the Colt 45 is what I should say. This is, of course, the expansion Houston Colt 45s. The standings haven't changed that much, which is why I'm not going to show them to you here today. The Mets now 4.5 games behind the Dodgers. That's the only real difference. Houston, by the way, is 31-26. Which is good enough for 5th place, so they've been playing a little bit better than expected. I'm not sure how they did at this point in time in real life in 1962, though, so this might not be that surprising. You tell me. Up is Lenny Dykstra, who's been the real surprise this season, hitting .359 with an OPS of 1.014. The Mets will be up against Turk Farrell, and if you've been watching these games up to now, you remember what Turk Farrell did to us last time. This man is no joke. There's a ball inside, 1-0. We will have Sid Fernandez on the mound, and he's been a little bit cold lately. There's a strike down the middle to Lenny, 1-1. And Lenny can't quite time that one right. He wraps it foul, so it is 1-2 now on Dykstra. Swing and a miss, down he goes, and that's what Turk Farrell did to us last time. 1 away. That brings up Mookie. Wilson takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And a strike in there, that was high enough, 0-2. And swings and misses, and down he goes. 2 away, and here comes Keith Hernandez. 2 strikeouts now for Farrell. This is hit over to the right side. That's going to be a fair ball and a base hit for Keith. So Keith figures out a way to get aboard. That will bring up Darryl Strawberry. If you're wondering about Gary Carter, he's taking the day off. We've got Barry Lyons in there, who we just called up. Strawberry takes a strike to the knees, 0-1. By the way, that's a transaction that's the same as real life. I'm not making this decision myself. We're trying to emulate the Mets as close as we can. 0-2 to Darryl. Takes a ball inside, 1-2. This is hit deep to left and just foul. 1-2 still on Darryl. Inside, 2-2. Fouled away, 2-2 remains. That's a fastball for a ball. That just barely missed the strike zone. Full count now in Straw. And there's a ball inside and low. So runners on at first and second now for the Mets. And here comes Ray Knight. And when that happened yesterday, you'll recall, Knight hit a home run. He takes a ball high and a ball outside, 2-0. Farrell, by the way, is 9-5 this season. He's pitched a lot. 113 2/3 innings pitched, 78 strikeouts, 26 walks, 3.40 ERA. There's a ground ball over to second base. It's going to be playable there for the second baseman, Amalfitano, who throws to first for the out. And that does it. We'll go now to the bottom of the first inning. No score. And here is Joey Amalfitano up against Sid Fernandez. First pitch is lined down the right field line, but foul, 0-1. Fernandez, 3.97 ERA, 5-6 his record. He started off strong and has been weakening. 76 struck out, though. There's another strike, 0-2 on Joey. That just is called low, 1-2 the count. Well, he takes that one, 2-2. That was a very close pitch, and that was close to a swing, and that's hit over to center. That'll fall in front of Dykstra for a base hit. So Amalfitano ends up getting the hit. That brings up Dave Roberts, and we'll go into double play depth. And this is what we've come to expect from Sid Fernandez so far. Roberts fouls this one back, 0-1. And that's a strike off speed pitch, 0-2. Didn't go that time. That was a good pitch just outside. And there's ball 2 high and outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Roberts. The one away, here comes Carl Warwick. And the Mets go back to double play depth. Warwick's hitting .241, has driven in 28. Takes the ball high, 1-0. It's hit over to right field. That'll be playable for Strawberry, and there's 2 away. Brings up Norm Larker, who's hitting .282, I guess your power hitter. And looked like Amalfitano wanted to run to second, decided not to. That was a strike. Hit over to center. Dykstra's coming in. He's got that for the out, and he runs straight into the dugout. That ends it for the bottom of the first. We go now to the top of the second inning. It is no score. Here comes Wally Backman. Backman's hitting .269, and he hits a ground ball over to second. It will be Amalfitano throwing to first, 1 away. Kevin Mitchell up there hitting at .188, so he's improving. There's a strike at the knees, fastball. This is timed well, hit over to right, and that will be playable for the right fielder Pendleton, who has that, 2 away, and up comes Barry Lyons, the catcher. Swing and a miss at 1 low, 0-1. Swing and a miss at 1 inside, 0-2. I don't like the looks of this. There's a ground ball over to first base. That's going to be really easy for the first baseman, Larker, who runs to the bag himself. We go now to the bottom of the second inning. It's still no score. Here comes Hal Smith. That'll be a strike to Smith, the catcher. 0-1. Blasted to right. That is deep. Strawberry has no play on that. So Hal Smith comes away with a 380-foot home run off Sid Fernandez. That makes this a 1-0 lead for the Colt 45s. That'll bring up now Jim Pendleton. And he wraps one up the middle for a base hit. So Fernandez is really having it handed to him today. 3 hits given up in, what has it been, a single inning pitched, I believe? Yep. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Don Budden is up there next, and he takes a strike. And he bunts to the left side. Surprise bunt. Knight fields it, throws to first in time. But the runner, Pendleton, goes to second, and that brings up Billy Goodman. There's a ball outside, 1-0 to Goodman. And a strike in the outside corner. It's 1-1. Swing, and that's fouled back, 1-2. It was down in the zone, and he lifted that one up to center. Dykstra grabs that for the out. There's 2 away. Up comes Turk Farrell, the pitcher. So the Mets might get out of this one with only 1 run given up. 1-1 now to Farrell. There's a ball. I don't know how that one missed. 2-1. Way high. I know how that one missed. 3-1 the count, and that's hit over to right. Darryl Strawberry roams over, and he grabs that. Plenty of room. And that will do it. We will go now to the top of the 8th inning. Or the top of the 3rd inning, my apologies. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Colt 45s. Here comes Sid Fernandez. He takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. That's high, 1-1 the count. Ground ball over to second. That's going to be easily playable for Amalfitano. Throws to first, 1 away. Here comes Lenny Dykstra, now hitting .357. He's been flirting with the lead in batting in the National League. Hits this over to the right side, but foul. Barely. 0-1. That's a ball outside. 1-1 the count. Inside. 2-1. That's popped up over the shortstop. Is going to grab that one for the out pretty easily. And Budden does grab it. There's 2 away. Here comes Mookie Wilson. Wilson takes a strike outside corner. He struck out just like Lenny did the first in the first inning. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. As lifted over to center, that is going to fall in there for a base hit. Center fielder Warwick couldn't get there in time, so Mookie's on at first. Here comes Keith Hernandez. There goes Wilson, and he's got this one stolen easily. Not even a throw. Stolen base number 18 for Mookie. So there's a runner on second base now for Hernandez. Keith is hitting .361. He's the one fighting with Lenny for first place in the National League. There's a ground ball over to short. That's not going to help him. Budden makes a good play on that one. Throws over to first for the out. We go now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Colt 45s. Here comes Amalfitano. Take a ball low, 1-0. That's outside. 2-0 is the count. There's a strike, 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2 on Amalfitano. Swing and a miss by Joey, and down he goes, 1 away. Fernandez has struck out 2. That brings up Roberts. And that's a ball low and away. There's a strike to the knees, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. It's hit deep, not so deep, shallow, sorry, to left field, and Wilson has that for the out, 2 away, and here comes Carl Warwick. 2 away, bottom of the 3rd. Warwick takes a strike, then blasts this one to right, but Strawberry has room. He makes the catch for the out, does Darryl. We go now to the top of the 4th inning, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Colt 45s. Up is Strawberry. Hit foul to the right side, 0-1 on Darryl. And there's a ball high. I'm not sure how that one missed. It looked like a strike to me, 1-1. There's another strike way low and away, 1-2.
Strike 3.
And he takes strike 3, so Strawberry strikes out once again. That'll bring up Ray Knight. 1 away, top of the 4th. Mets down by 1. There's a ball low to Ray. And he hits this over to center field. That's going to be a base hit there for Ray Knight. Single for Knight. That'll bring up Backman. Runner on at first base, only 1 away. Backman, I think, will swing away here and takes the ball low, 1-0. Hits this up the middle. And it gets through the second baseman, Amalfitano, for a base hit. And there's questions about whether that should be an error or a hit, but they've called that a hit. That'll bring up Kevin Mitchell. And here comes the question, which is, well, what do? Do you bunt with Mitchell? Do you swing away with him? I think we're going to bunt with him, actually. And there's a ball away, 1-0. And this has popped up, an awful bunt. Farrell ends up making that catch. The runners have to hold. There's 2 away, and here comes Barry Lyons. Fouled away, 0-1 on Lyons. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. And swing and a miss, down he goes. So bunt or no bunt, it doesn't really matter in the end. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it is a 1-0 lead here for the Colt 45s. Here comes Norm Larker. Fernandez throws a ball to Larker, low, 1-0. And then a ball high, 2-0. There's a strike, good fastball, 2-1. Foul to the left side, 2-2 the count. Ground ball to first, Hernandez fields that and goes to the bag himself, 1 away. Here's Hal Smith. Ball way outside by Sid, 1-0. And that is foul to the right side, 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. Hit over to right field, but that will curve foul. 1-2 it remains. Inside, 2-2. Just fouled away, 2-2 it remains. And that was also just barely fouled away. Smith is probably choked up on that bat to get around on those. And that last pitch was high. Don't know how that one missed. You got to wonder how low the strike zone is. It's a full count. Blasted over to left, and here comes Wilson diving, and Mookie makes a great catch on that one. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes Pendleton, and Jim hits a ground ball over to Keith Hernandez at first base. Keith fields that for the out. And we will go now to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for Houston. Here now is Sid Fernandez. It says here in the play-by-play, Fernandez will look to spark the offense. If that's what we're looking for, we're in trouble. 1-1 the count on Sid. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. And swing and a miss, down he goes. That's strikeout number 5 for Farrell. 1 away, here's Dykstra. Takes a strike inside corner. Swing and a miss, 0-2. That's line to Malfitano, who grabs it for the out. 2 away, here comes Wilson. Strike to Wilson, 0-1. Foul the way to the right, 0-2. Hit to right field, that's going to be foul, just barely. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Farrell now has struck out 6. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Colt 45s. Here comes Don Budden against Sid Fernandez. Swing and a miss by Budden, 0-1. There's a ball outside, 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2 the count. And it's blasted over to left, but that's going to be in there for a hit. Wilson can't quite get to it. Goes back to the wall, partially disappears as part of that wall. That's a double for Budden easily. 4th hit for the Colt 45s. Here comes Billy Goodman. So Fernandez has to go out of the stretch and throws a ball low, and then gets Goodman to chase one. 1-1. Ground ball to first. Hernandez goes to the bag himself, but Budden moves to third. 1 away, and here comes Turk Farrell. And you better believe we're going to have the infield in. It would be crazy not to bunt here with Farrell. And they don't. Instead, he hits a fly ball over to right field. Strawberry fields that, throws home as fast as he can, but is not going to get there in time. And it's a close play at the plate, but Budden is there in time. It's 2-0 Colt 45s. Here is Joey Amalfitano. So the Colt 45s with some power hitting have manufactured another run. It's 2-0. There's a strike. 1-2 is the count. Ground ball over to short. Mitchell throws to first, and that does it. We will go now to the top of the 6th inning. Fastball game this time. 2-0 Colt 45s. Here comes Keith Hernandez. Takes a ball outside. Hernandez hitting .359. Takes a ball inside, 2-0. That misses low, 3-0 the count. And Farrell walked him on 4 pitches, the second walk that the Turk has given up. That brings up Darryl Strawberry with the runner on at first, and he takes the ball inside, 1-0. That was high. In his wheelhouse. Hits this over to left, and that is fouled away. 1-1. That one's popped up. That's more in his kitchen, and it's over to the third baseman, Goodman, who grabs it 1 away. Up comes Ray Knight. Runner still on first base. There's a ball outside. 1-0 on Ray. This is lined over to right field, but foul. It's 1-1. Ground ball over to short. They go to second for 1 and on to first for the double play. Knight not quite fast enough. He's an older player, of course. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2-0 still, Colt 45s. Here comes Roberts. Fernandez throws a ball low, 1-0. Fernandez has not pitched that poorly today. Had a little bit of bad luck. This is fouled away, 1-1. And that's a ball low, 2-1. When it says Fernandez is cold, I suppose that means he's not pitching quite up to his potential, but he's still pitching well. Ground ball to second. Backman throws to first, 1 away. Here's Carl Warwick. Takes a ball inside, 1-1. 1-0, sorry. And this is lined foul to the left side. Now it's 1-1. Foul to the right, 1-2. Blasted to left. Back goes Wilson, and he's got room and makes the catch. 2 away. Here comes Norm Larker. Larker takes a ball low. 9:05 p.m. and it's not getting dark. There's a ball outside, 2-0. So another one of these stadiums that has some kind of bug. Hit over to left, but that's going to be foul. 2-1 the count. Hit to the left side, 2-2. Ground ball over to second. Backman throws to first, and that does it. We go now to the top of the 7th inning. 2-0 Colt 45s. Here comes Wally Backman. He takes the ball low, 1-0. It's fouled to the left side, 1-1. And it's hit over to right. That's going to hang up there for the right fielder Pendleton. 1 away. Here comes Kevin Mitchell. Be a ball inside to Mitchell, 1-0. That's low and inside, 2-0. Mitchell hitting 182 now. That one is a strike called, 2-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And it's a ground ball over to short. That's going to be Budden making the play, throwing to first, 2 away. Here comes Barry Lyons. Swing and a miss by Lyons. He's 0 for 2 today. It's the next one over to third. It's a good play and a poor throw there by Goodman. Lyons ends up getting an infield hit, and it's always surprising when a catcher like that gets the hit. So Fernandez comes up, 5th hit of the game for the Mets. Here comes Sid, who takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a strike in the outside corner, 0-2. Ball inside, 1-2. It's fouled away, remains 1-2. Blasted to right field, but foul. Blasted foul again, remains 1-2. That's hit fair to right. That's going to be over the head of the right fielder. Pendleton, I think, is the one who's out there, and he misplayed that one. Fernandez is going to go around. He's going to get a triple out of this, and the Mets finally score. Triple for Fernandez, and that was a real poor play out there by Jim Pendleton. That ball knuckled on him a little bit, and that means that the Mets now are within 1. Up comes Lenny Dykstra with the potential tying run on third. Dykstra is 0 for 3 today and struck out once. Now hitting .354. Takes a strike in the inside corner. Then hits this over to left field. That's going to be a base hit. That'll score 1. Dykstra's going to get a double out of this, and there he goes pulling into second. And so the Mets, when it looked like we were down and out, have come back here in the top of the 7th to tie this game. It's a 2-2 game, and here comes Mookie Wilson. He's hitting .300. He takes a strike, 0-1. Wilson has 16 driven in. Fouled away, it's 0-2. Dykstra, by the way, is driven in 22. Pretty good for the leadoff hitter. There's a ball low, 1-2. And now we change to dusk, 2-2. As low again, full count on Mookie. Fouls this over to the left side, but that'll be foul. Foul to the right. Full count remains on Wilson. Fouled again. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So that does it for the Mets in the top of the 7th. But we get 2 to tie this up. We go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Hal Smith up against Sid Fernandez. Swing and a miss by Smith. That's hit over to right field. That's going to be out of the reach, I think, of Strawberry. That's a foul ball. 0-2. Ball outside. 1-2. High and inside, 2-2. And he held up on that, so it's a full count now on Smith. Hit over to the right side. Strawberry rushing after that one, and he's got that for the out in foul territory. One away. Here's Jim Pendleton. And there's a ball low to Pendleton, 1-0. Ball high, 2-0. Fernandez only 87 pitches. This is fouled away. 2-1 is the count. Bottom of the 7th. Hit over to right field. Strawberry's got that one, 2 away. Don Budden comes up, 2 away, bottom of the 7th, and he takes the ball inside. There's a ball that misses inside fastball. And a curve that's high, 3-0 on Budden. And that's outside. Ball 4, that'll bring up Billy Goodman with the runner on at first, and there's a ball high to Billy. And that was a fastball, challenged him 1-1. Ground ball to first, Hernandez fields that, and he'll go to the bag by himself for the out. We go now to the top of the 8th inning. It's a 2-2 tie. Up comes Keith Hernandez. Exciting game. There's a ball low to Keith. And a slider that misses inside. 2-0 is the count. There's a strike. Turk Farrell's still in there, has struck out 7. That's a ball just high. Full 3-1 the count on Hernandez. Now it's a full count. That was ball 4, and he hit that over to the left side. Good play by Goodman, who throws to first. There's one away. Up comes Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry with 10 home runs. Hits this over to right, but that's going to land foul, I believe. Yes. 0-1 on Darryl. Foul the way. It's 0-2. And that's hit over to right center field. It'll be Pendleton making the catch. 2 away. Up comes Ray Knight. Knight hits the ground ball over to second. Amalfitano fields it, throws to first, but his throw gets away. Ray ends up going to second base. That'll be an error, allowing Knight to reach second. So the Mets with the sudden chance, and here comes Wally Backman with a runner on at second. Wally has driven in 10, and there'll be a new pitcher. Now Don McMahon comes in. The OOTP computer manager, once again, is very impatient, and it will be Don McMahon coming in as the pitcher, and he throws 2 balls in a row to Backman. McMahon with a 3.34 ERA, 3-2 is his record, 35 innings pitched. There's ball 3 to Backman, and that's ball 4 low. That brings up Kevin Mitchell with 2 on, 2 out, top of the 8th, and there's a strike at the knees, 0-1. That was inside on him, talk about getting into the kitchen, and that's popped up. That'll be an easy play there from Malfitano for the out. So the Mets do not score, though they threaten. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still a 2-2 ball game. Here comes Bob Aspromonte, who takes the ball outside. Playing third base now is Bob. Line to the left side, foul, 1-1. That's up the middle, 4-base hit, falls in front of Dykstra. The runner on at first now for Joey Amalfitano. And we're looking at Fernandez trying to decide whether he's feeling tired or not. There's a bunt back to Fernandez, who throws to first. That puts Aspromonte on at second. And there's a pickoff play, but the throw's not quite in time. It was a poor throw. There's a ball now to Dave Roberts, 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. Hit foul down the right side, 2-1. There's a fastball low, 3-1 the count. Fouled away, so it's a full count now. Fernandez battling back. Hit over to left field, but foul. Just barely. Hit again to left. Here comes Mookie running after this one, and he's not there in time. Still a full count. There's ball 4, so Roberts gets the walk, and up comes Carl Warwick. 108 pitches now thrown by Fernandez. He looks like he still has some left in the tank, and he gets Warwick to foul one away. And hits one over to right field. Strawberry's got this one for the out. Pretty easy. Tagging over at second base is Aspromonte, and there's no throw to third. The 2 away, here comes Norm Larker with runners on the corners. Bottom of the 8th, tie ball game. There's a ball outside. This is hit over to right field. That's going to land foul. 1-1. Hit over to left, and Wilson coming in, sliding, and makes an excellent catch on that. And that brings us now to the top of the 9th inning. Up is Barry Lyons, and then a pinch hitter, Shirley, for Fernandez. Here is Lyons, who takes the ball inside from McMahon, 1-0. Another ball low, 2-0 the count. And that's golfed over to left field. That'll be an easy catch. No, that's out of play. 2-1. Fouled away 2-2 was Roberts who missed that catch. 2-2. And that's a strikeout. Lions went too far. 1 away, and here comes George Foster. So George Foster, who hasn't hit the last couple of games, comes in as a pinch hitter, which is how we're using him. Foster not hitting very well, hitting 208 as a pinch hitter. Takes a ball inside, 1-0, hitting 176 overall. The ground ball over to short, and it will be an easy play for Budden, who throws to first. 2 away, and here comes Lenny. Blasted to center by Dykstra. And it's a good catch out there. Warwick leaps up to make that play. And so we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And who's going to come into this ball game is the big question. Do we want to put in McDowell or Orozco is kind of the question. I think we're going to put in Orozco. So Orozco is going to come in. He'll be the pitcher. I wish the game would default to that. He faces Hal Smith here to lead this inning off. Smith, first pitch swinging, hits a ground ball to Keith Hernandez. The first baseman fields it, goes to first. There's 1 away. Here comes Jim Pendleton, who takes a ball inside, 1-0. That's a ball in the outside corner, and he held up, 2-0. Fouled away. It's 2-1 on Jim. The ball away, 3-1. And he lost him, so that'll bring up Don Budden. And Orozco loses Pendleton. Budden takes the ball inside. And a curve low, 2-0. Bunted back to Orozco, throws to second for 1, and on to first for a double play. How many times do you see that? They bunt into a double play. And so the Mets get out of that one. We go to the top of the 10th inning. It's a 2-2 tie. Here comes Mookie. And he'll take a strike, 0-1 on Wilson. And a ball inside. Don McMahon's still out there for the Colt 45s. There's a curve for a strike, 1-2 on Wilson. Swing and a miss, down he goes. 4 strikeouts for Wilson today, 1 away. Here comes Keith Hernandez. He takes the ball low, or a strike, I'm sorry, 0-1. There's another strike, 0-2 on Hernandez. That was higher than I thought. As popped up, it's going to be the second baseman, Amalfitano, making the catch. 2 away, and here comes Darryl. Darryl takes a curve for a strike. And a ball inside. No, they say he went. 0-2. Don't know about that call. And there's a strike 3 right down the middle. And so we go now to the bottom of the 10th inning. It's going to be Al Springler coming up as a pinch hitter. And he hits this one over to left. Wilson running, but he won't get there in time. It's a foul ball. 0-1. Ball inside and high. 1-1. Hit foul down the left field line. 1-2. That's low, 2-2. That's hit over to center. Easily playable for Dykstra. There's 1 away. Up now is Aspromonte. He takes the ball low, 1-0. Hits this over to left. That will be playable for Wilson, 2 away. And up comes Joey Amalfitano. That's a strike to Amalfitano, 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 0-2. That's fouled to the left side. 0-2 it remains. And that's inside just barely. 1-2 the count. Fastball inside again. 2-2. Ground ball to first. Hernandez fields that. Flips over to Orozco covering at the bag. We'll go to the top of the 11th inning. This is an exciting one. Here comes Ray Knight. Ray Knight swings and misses the first pitch from Bobby Tiefenauer. Tiefenauer with a 3.80 ERA, 5 walks, 17 strikeouts, 21 1/3 pitched. And this is blasted down to right field line. And that is just barely foul. 0-2 on Knight. This is also hit to right. So a lot of strikeout throwers here on Houston. That's a foul ball. Remains 0-2. That's low. 1-2 the count. Outside, 2-2. Hit over to center, but that's exactly where Warwick is. He makes the catch, 1 away. Wally Backman up there. There's the strike of the knees to Wally. Top of the 11th. There's a ball low, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Backman timed that one completely wrong, 1-2. And he struck out. He looked confused there at the plate. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell takes a strike. He's 0 for 4. Not hitting that much better than Santana. There's a ball low, 1-1. Little ground ball over to short, and the throw to first is in time. Good play by Button, and we go to the bottom of the 11th. Orozco will stay out there. Here's Roman Mejias, who comes up and takes the ball outside, 1-0. This is popped up over to left. Mookie's going to make this catch for the out, 1 away. Carl Warwick comes up next. 1 out, bottom of the 11th, 2-2 tie, and there's a ball high, 1-0. There's a ball low, 2-0. Roscoe missing. There's a strike in the outside corner. Questionable call, 2-1. And another strike, it's 2-2. And that slider away does miss. Full count.
Strike 3.
And there's strike 3 called in the outside corner. How do you take a pitch like that with a full count? 2 away, and here's Norm Larker. There's a strike to Norm, 0-1. Fouled away, it's 0-2 quickly. Strike 3 right over the heart of the play. Roscoe strikes out 2 in a row. We go to the top of the 12th, and here's Barry Lyons. He takes the ball high, 1-0. Knuckleball away, 2-0. That's up the middle, but it's going to be playable by Budden. Good play by him, throws to first, 1 away, and here comes a Roscoe. As I said, we're not going to let him hit for himself. It's going to be Danny Heap coming in. Mets missing Howard Johnson, who is injured and is going to be injured for a little while. 3 for 7 as a pinch hitter is a Heap. He fouls 1 away. It's 0-1, hitting .290. There's a ball high. No, that's a strike, 0-2. Sinkers away, 1-2. Having a knuckleballer coming in extra innings is almost unfair. This is hit over to center. That'll be a base hit for Heap. So Heap does a good job to get this hit, and that'll bring up Lenny Dykstra. And there's a knuckleball low to Dykstra, 1-0. That's a sinker that's high, 2-0. Way low, 3-0. And there's the strike, 3-1 on the knuckler. And that's high, ball 4. That'll bring up Mookie Wilson with runners on at first and second. 1 out. And there's a knuckleball away, 1-0 to Mookie. Mookie hits a ground ball over to short. Good play there by Budden. Noah throws over to Malfitano, but he's upended by Dykstra, so no chance for a double play, and that'll bring up Keith Hernandez, top of the 12th. Knuckleball low to Keith, 1-0. Swing and a miss is 1-1. The throw to first, but Wilson not going anywhere. There's a strike, 1-2 the count. Just barely fouled away, trying to time that knuckle, 1-2. That's way inside, 2-2. Ground ball to first, and that's going to be easy there for the first baseman. He goes to the bag himself. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 12th, and it's going to be Roger McDowell now coming in. So we'll use both of them up. 2-2 game, and here comes Merritt Renew. Hitting .250 as a pinch hitter, and he hits a ground ball over to Hernandez. He flips over to McDowell covering the bag, 1 away. Jim Pendleton comes up next, nobody on. Ground ball to third, Knight throws to first, there's 2 away, and up comes Don Budden. Foul ball by Budden, 0-1. And there's a strike, it's 0-2. Just outside, 1-2. Swing and a foul, 1-2 remains. Held up that time, 2-2. Just fouled away, still 2-2. Inside, full count now on Budden. Hit over to left field, that's going to be in front of Wilson for a base hit. Will he try for 2? No, he's going to hold it first. That'll bring up Bob Lillis, another pinch hitter. The ground ball hit back to McDowell, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the 13th inning. It'll be Jim Goulden here pitching. Darryl Strawberry comes up to greet him. Swing and a miss by Strawberry, 0-1. And there's a ball low. Golden is a 6.75 ERA, loves giving up all sorts of runs. 2-1 the count. Here's the next Golden pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, 2-2. And Strawberry swings and misses and strikes out, and there he goes, 1 away. Strawberry's 0 for 5 today. Here comes Ray Knight. There's a strike tonight, 0-1. Top of the 13th. It's been a long one. Another strike, 0-2. This is a little flare over to right field, but it will be playable for Mejias. 2 away, and here comes Wally Backman. There's a ball low to Wally. Fouled away, it's 1-1. Little ground ball. Backman's going to beat this one out. Malfitano fields that, but can't go anywhere with it. So that's hit number 9 for the Mets here in 13 innings, and that'll bring up Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell takes a strike. He's 0 for 5. And that's a ground ball that Malfitano fields. Great play by Joey. Throws to first base in time. And so we go to the bottom of the 13th. It'll be Bob Aspromonte here against Roger McDowell. And he takes a ball low and outside. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Just like the 86 Mets in real life, we have a hard time with Houston. 1-2 is the count. There's a ball low and inside. It's 2-2. And there's ball 3. So full count now on Aspromonte. And that's high, and that'll be a walk to Bob. And see what we can do about this runner. Up now comes Amalfitano. And he squares around to bunt, misses that one for a strike, 0-1. Does bunt this one down. Lyons fields it, throws to first, and the runner, Aspromonte, moves to second. And here comes Roman Mejias. He hits a ground ball over to short. It's easily played by Mitchell, who throws to first, 2 away, and it's Carl Warwick now, who fouls the first pitch away, 0-1. There's a ball to him, 1-1. That's looped over to left. That's going to be easily playable for Wilson, and that will do it. And so now we go to the top of the 14th inning. Can you believe it? 2-2 the score. Lyons takes a ball away, 1-0. And a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. There's a ball inside, 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Lyons look bad on that one, and he strikes out. Lyons is 1 for 6, by the way, and it's time for another pinch hitter. We're going to put Carter in to pinch hit. We're not going to let him catch. We'll just let him have this pinch hitting appearance. Gary Carter, of course, hitting .273. He's got 13 home runs, and he takes a ball inside. Jim Golden's still in there. This will be good for Golden's ERA. 2-0 the count. That's hit over to center. That's going to be playable. Easy out there for Warwick, 2 away, and up comes Lenny Dykstra again. The ball low, 1-0. I'm sorry, that's called a strike. That was very low, but they called it a strike. It's 0-1. 1 for 5 is Lenny. And this is hit over to center. I think Warwick's going to get there in time. He will. And we'll go now to the bottom of the 14th inning. And who do we want to put in? I think we'll put in, Neiman's a little tired. I think we'll put in, it's either Sisk or Aguilera. I think we'll put in Sisk. And the Mets now starting to run out of pitchers. Aguilera is sort of the long guy for when we're really out of players. Here comes Norm Larker. There's a strike sinker on the outside corner, 0-1. And there's a ground ball to second. Backman gets there in time and throws to first, 1 away. Here's Merritt Renew, who's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses, 0-1. Takes a strike, slider outside corner, 0-2. And holds up on that just barely, 1-2. Swing and a miss, down he goes, 2 away, and here's Jim Pendleton. Ground ball over to first. Hernandez fields it, flips over to Sisk, who's covering at the bag, and we'll go to the top of the 15th inning, and we keep going. Mookie Wilson comes up. Grounded out last time up, he fouls one away, 0-1 the count. There's a ball away, 1-1. Strike 2 inside, 1-2. Hit over to right, but foul. 1-2 remains. That's a ground ball through the right side for a base hit, so Wilson does get the big hit, and that'll bring up Keith Hernandez. And there goes Mookie for second. He's going to have this one stolen. 19th stolen base this season, and Wilson's in scoring position now for Hernandez. And there's a ball again to Keith, 2-0. That's low and inside, 3-0 the count. There's a strike, 3-1. And he takes ball 4. So Hernandez has walked again, I think the 30th time this season. That'll bring up Strawberry with 2 men on. Takes a ball low and in. Then fouls one away, 1-1. It's a ground ball, probably going to be 2. It's a throw by the third baseman, Aspromonte, over to Amalfitano for 1. But there's no relay. And so with 1 away, here comes Ray Knight. And Strawberry, of course, is on first. There goes Darrell. He's going to have this one stolen. They're not even going to try to throw him out. So 13 steals for Strawberry. Now first base open. There's a ball low, 1-1. There's another one low, 2-1. 3-1. They're going to walk Knight. No, I'm sorry. It is 2-2. That was called a strike. Interesting. Ground ball over to second, and the throw home and they get him at the plate. So it remains a 2-2 game. Looked like he was safe on the replay, but according to the game itself, he was out. So up comes Wally Backman now. Runners on at first and third, 2 out. And there's a strike down the heart of the plate. And the ball low. Golden's been in there for a long time. There's a ball high, 2-1. And there's a strike at the knees, 2-2. Way low, full count. Backman couldn't time that one right. Count remains full. Fouled away, full count. And there's ball 4 that'll load the bases. And so Hal Woodashik comes in to pitch to Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell with a chance to be a hero, and he fouls one away. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and this is hit over to right, and it lands just foul. 0-2 on Kevin. Ball outside, 1-2. Ground ball over to second, and it'll be Amalfitano throwing to first for the out, and so we go now to the bottom of the 15th. Don Budden comes up there and takes the ball low, 1-0. Ground ball to second. It'll be fielded there by Backman, throws to first, 1 away. Here comes Weekly, who pops this one up. Weekly to the right side, now to play, 0-1. Ground ball to third, another weak one, and Knight throws to first. There's 2 away. Bring up Aspermonte, who takes the ball low, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Another strike, 1-2 is the count. That's a ball inside, 2-2. Fouled away to the right side, remains 2-2. There's a line drive over to right field that'll land in front of Strawberry for a base hit. 7th hit for the Colt 45s. Next batter up is Amalfitano, who hits a ground ball to Backman, who throws to first for the out, and so we'll go to the top of the 16th, and here comes Barry Lyons. He swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. This is popped up over to center. That's going to be easy there for the center fielder. Warwick has that for the out, 1 away, and here comes Doug Sisk, who again is not going to hit for himself, and so we're going to put Tim Tuffle, I think, up there. Here comes Tuffle. He takes the ball low, 1-0. Low again, 2-0. Low again, 3-0 now. There's a strike, 3-1. That's another sinker, full count now on Tuffle. And that's low, so Tuffle is the base runner at first. That'll bring up Lenny. All the way to Dykstra, 1-0, and there's a throw to first, not in time. There's a strike at the knees, 1-1. That's low, 2-1. Rounded foul, it's 2-2. Throw to first, nothing happening, not even close. Ground ball to first, they go to second for 1, but Dykstra will be safe at first. They just get the lead runner, 2 away, and here comes Mookie Wilson. And Dykstra finally on base. There he goes for second, and he's got that stolen 39th steal of the season. He's in scoring position for Wilson, and there's another ball to Mookie, 2-0. There's a sinker, 2-1. Hit over to right field, that will be easily playable. Mejias has that, and we go now to the bottom of the 16th. It's going to be Rick Aguilera coming into this game. As soon as we can get the mouse to read correctly, there comes Aguilera. And so we'll see which Rick Aguilera comes out here. Will be Mejias leading this off, and he takes the ball low, 1-0. There's a ball again low, 2-0 the count. That's lined through the right side for a base hit. Mejias is going to have to stop at first. Strawberry picks that up and throws it in. Here comes Carl Warwick now. Warwick is 0 for 6. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Hit over to right and deep, but playable. Strawberry has that for the out, 1 away. Norm Larker now the batter. And there's a swing and a miss at the first pitch, 0-1 on Larker, and a fastball low, 1-1. Fouled away, it's 1-2. Fouled away again, remains 1-2. Little ground ball back to the pitcher. Aguilera throws to first, not in time. One of those most bizarre plays I've ever seen in OOTP, so I'm not sure who to blame, the pitcher or what. Runners on first and second here for Merritt Renew. Takes the ball outside, 1-0. There is a runner in scoring position. He blasts this one over to right field. Strawberry going back, but he has room. Makes the catch. Mejias goes to third after tagging up. So there's 2 away. And here comes Pidge Brown, another pinch hitter for the Colt 45s. I don't know how many players they have. He takes a ball low and outside and then swings and misses at that splitter. It's a ground ball to Backman. The second baseman throws to first for the out, and we will go to the top of the 17th inning. Isn't this amazing? Here comes Keith Hernandez. He fouls the first pitch away from Jim Umbricht, and they're getting into their starting pitchers now, I think. There's a strike, 0-2. They said he went around. And a ball inside, 1-2 on Hernandez. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit there for Keith as that one got through Malfitano. He lunged for it and knocked it into right field. So that'll bring up Strawberry. 2 for 6 now is Hernandez. Ball high to Darrell, 1-0. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. That's foul to the left side. 1-2 now in Straw. There's a ball away. How do you take that one? 2-2. And it's popped up. Bad pitch of hitting, piece of hitting that is, and it's going to be caught by Umbricht. 1 away. Here's Ray Knight. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. There's a ball low. 1-1. Low and away. 2-1. 3-1 as that was inside, and there's ball 4. So they lose Knight. That'll bring up Wally Backman. Runners on first and second, and there's a ball inside to Backman, and another ball. It's 2-0. 3-0 the count. There's a strike, 3-1, and he takes that for ball 4. And that brings up now Kevin Mitchell, and we've seen this show before. Mitchell takes the ball low and in, 1-0. And a strike, 1-1 now the count. Blasted to left. That is going to be deep enough to score 1. Hernandez tags a third, and he'll score. And finally, we have a lead. It is 3-2 New York. Up now is Barry Lyons with 2 away, top of the 17th, and he'll hit a ground ball over to short. It will be fielded there by the shortstop, who is that Budden, who flips over to Amalfitano, and we go now to the bottom of the 17th, but the Mets get 1. 3-2 the score. Here is Don Budden. Takes a strike, 0-1. And hits one over to the right side, and that is a diving catch by Backman for the out, 1 away. Be Johnny Weekly. Takes a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Ground ball to third, and that one gets through for a base hit. So here come the Colt 45s. Not that well played by Wilson, and Weekly's able to go to second on that misplay. And that's a double for Weekly, and so we're in trouble. Here comes Bob Aspromonte, who takes a fastball low, and a strike, 1-1. Hit over to right field. Here comes Strawberry. He makes the catch for the out, and that was very shallow, so no way for Weekly to move up. 2 away, and here comes Amalfitano. Amalfitano takes the ball outside, 1 for 5 today. Ball inside, 2-0. That's up the middle for a base hit. Dykstra picks this one up. He throws home, and is not going to be in time. And Amalfitano moves over to second, and that makes this a tie game, 3-3. Here comes Roman Mejias, who takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a ball outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Fouled away, 1-2, it remains. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So the Colt 45 is able to tie this game, and we go to the top of the 18th inning. I'm going to be back in a second here. I've got to go take care of an errand since this has been going on for 50 minutes now. So I'll be back soon, and we'll continue this game here at top of the 18th. All right, well, hello again, everybody. We're here in the top of the 18th inning. I can't believe that this game's still going on. Rick Aguilera is up for the Mets. He's going to hit for himself. And he takes a ball inside, 1-0. He's hitting against Jim Umbricht, who has gone 24 pitches and who's tired. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. That was outside. Rick needs to not swing. And there's a strike at the knees, so he doesn't swing that time, and it's 1-2. And swing and a miss, down he goes, 1 away. This brings up Lenny Dykstra, and this has been a long one. So, I mean, you can't even see here necessarily from the game score. We'll look at the box score here. The 45s had 1 in the bottom of the second, 1 in the bottom of the fifth. The Mets came back with 2 in the top of the seventh. Both teams scored then in the 17th. And that's where this is now, 3-3 the score. Here comes Dykstra. He's 1 for 7 today, and he takes the ball high, 1-0. That's low, 2-0 the count. Lenny now hitting 352. And that's high, 3-0. It's games like this that'll hurt your average. There's ball 4 way inside. Umbricht needs to come out. Here comes Mookie Wilson. And there goes Dykstra. He's got this one stolen, and that's stolen base number 40. So Dykstra continues to rub it in. Up is Wilson now with the runner in scoring position, only 1 away. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. And that's called a strike, 1-2.
Strike 3.
There's strike 3. Wilson has now struck out 5 times in this one, 2 away, and here comes Keith. Ball outside Hernandez, and he hits this one over to first base. It's going to be fielded there easily by Larker, and he goes to the bag for the out, and we'll go to the bottom of the 18th. Carl Warwick to lead this off. Yes, some game, huh, is right. There's a ball inside. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't say that it's exactly a thrill to play this kind of game with OOTP. It's a fly ball to the left, and Wilson has that for the out, 1 away. Years ago, when I first messed around with OOTP, I had a 27 or 28 inning game with 1901. Here comes Larker, and he pops this one up over to the second baseman, Backman, and there's 2 away. I don't know what causes this to happen, but there's something weird that goes on in OOTP's game engine every now and then. There's a pop-up over to left, and Wilson has that for the out. We'll go to the top of the 19th. Darryl Strawberry comes up, and this game continues. There is a strike to Darryl, 0-1. The Mets have basically no players left. We could put in Santana, but why? Or we could also put in Ed Hearn, but why? The ball high to Strawberry, 1-2. That's fouled away. It remains 1-2. 1:45 in the morning. This game started at 7, 2-2. Blasted to left, but it's just allowed out. Weekly gets there in time, 1 away, and here comes Ray Knight. Ball, no, strike, sorry, high to Knight, 0-1. There's a slider that should have been called a strike, 1-1. That's low, 2-1. The problem with the OOTP game engine, and there's a ground ball over to short, and Budden throws to first, 2 away, here comes Backman. The problem with this engine is that it takes so much time to get stuff done. There's a slider low, especially foul balls, and that's where you just get exhausted. There's a ball high, 2-0 the count. And a strike, 2-1. If there's one thing I would fix, it'd be those foul balls that you can't skip through. 3-1 the count. And there's ball 4. So Backman's walked 4 times, and that'll bring up Kevin Mitchell. Now they're putting John Anderson in. We're going to see the entire pitching staff before this one's done. Anderson throws over to Mitchell, who pops one over to right, and Mejias has that for the out. And we'll go to the bottom of the 19th. Aguilera remains out there, and he pitches to John Anderson, who just came in, and there is a ball low. I'm not sure why they bring in a pitcher and have him hit leadoff. 1-1. They're probably out of other players. Fouled away. It's 1-2. So all sorts of strange things happening here. And there is a fastball low. 2-2 the count. That's hit over to right field. That's going to be a base hit in front of Strawberry. That's the other thing that drives me nuts about this engine. I'm fine with giving up a base hit, but having fielders walk slowly over to the ball to allow it to be a hit is a poor game design. Here's Budden, who takes a ball inside. You start learning the good and bad side of games when you play a project with them. This is fouled over to the right. It's 1-2. Now, there are other visual modes for OTP that might be a little bit better. The 3D game engine still feels very buggy to me. Low and outside, 2-2, and that's low again, 3-2 now. Ground ball to first. Hernandez goes to second for 1, but there's no relay throw to first. Mitchell's probably feeling tired. So 1 away. Here comes Johnny Weekly. We go back to double play depth. I don't know that double play depth does anything, actually, and I haven't seen any proof of that. There's a line drive over to left, and that falls in front of Mookie Wilson. And so now there are runners on at first and second, and this will be Bob Aspromonte. And so we'll see again if Aguilera falls apart. There's not many guys left behind him if he does. 2-0 the count to Bob. That's fouled away. It's 2-1. That's strike 2 call. That was outside. 2-2. Just barely fouled away. Remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Rick gets his second strikeout. Here comes Amalfitano. 3-3 ball game as Joey fouls this one away. Takes the ball inside. 1-1. Ground ball to first, and that'll be an easy play there for Hernandez, who goes to the bag himself. And so we go to the top of the 20th. It's still a 3-3 game. And here's Barry Lyons. This is hit over to right. Kind of a funny little statement there on the play-by-play. Baseball's a great game, and I'm sure that they're really going to come in as this one continues. 0-2 the count now in Lyons. There's a ground ball up the middle, but it's going to be playable from Malfitano, who throws to first, 1 away. And here comes Aguilera. He hits for himself, and he takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a ball outside, 1-1. Blasted to right. Will that be fair? No, it's a foul ball. 1-2. Mets had a run in the top of the 17th. There's a swing and a miss by Aguilera. Down he goes, 2 away. And I thought we would come away with it. And then Houston scored, and I thought they'd get 2, but they only had 1. Dykstra fouls this one away. 0-1. There's a ball low, 1-1. There's a knuckler on the inside corner, 1-2. Good pitch by Anderson. Fouled away. It remains 1-2 on Lenny. That's high, so it's a 2-2 count. High again, 3-2. Ground ball to first. And that will do it. So the Mets go down, and we go to the bottom of the 20th. It's a 3-3 game. Question is whether this game will ever end, and I don't know. There's a ball low. Aguilera stays in there for a little bit more. Fouled away. 1-1 the count. Fouled away again. It's 1-2 on Mejias. Oh, ground ball over to third. Knight with a hard play. Throws to first, and Mejias is in there. And so up comes Carl Warwick after that infield single. That one's not too bad, the animation. But the slow throw to first is kind of bad. It's almost like the animators don't know how long it's going to take, so they kind of make sure that it's slow enough. 3-1 the count now. And that's ball 4. Up comes Norm Larker. I hate to say this, but Rick's got to come out. I don't know who we're going to put in. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to happen. Probably Randy Neiman's going to come into this game. But we are really out of pitchers, and this is going to get ugly really quickly. Norm Larker, there's 2 on, nobody out, and there's a ball outside. Another one outside, or strike, I'm sorry. Another strike, 1-2. Sliders low, 2-2. Ground ball over to short, and Mitchell throws to first, not in time. That's another one of those that has the play-by-play that just drives you nuts. So there's a run, the bases are loaded now. We'll bring the infield in, see if that makes much of a difference. And here's Merritt Renew, and there's a ball away. I think I've seen every animation in OOTP so far, and there are many that I'm not very pleased with. 1-1 the count. Ground ball to second. They go home for 1 and on to first for the double play. Now runners on to second and third, and Johnny Anderson, the pitcher, is up, so we'll pitch to him. And he hits this one for a base hit over the left field, and that'll do it. A little base hit in front of Mookie Wilson, so of all people to win it, it ends up being John Anderson. And so the Colt 45's pitcher comes in with a base hit in the bottom of the 20th inning, and the Mets lose this one. So there you have it. As I said, as much fun as OOTP is, it's games like this that start to remind me of how much I dislike aspects of this game engine. I've said this before, I'll say it again. When we do a full-fledged replay with OOTP, we're not going to use the 3D engine. We might use it for some highlights or something, but there's so many problems with this engine, I can't stomach it. I'm sorry. But we'll get through this replay. We'll see how long it takes. But I tell you, if we get another one of these 20-inning games, I'm going to start getting red in the face. Final score again, Colt 45's 4, Mets 3. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm not sure how much I did. Bye-bye.